YouTube. My name is Alvina. I want to thank you for joining me at Getting Righteously Royal, Holy and Hood. So, the reason why I was prompted to start this channel is in the act of obedience to God. In life, we all have our challenges, um, various things that we go through to experience life, get through life, whatever it is. And I am someone who manages mental health. So that means that, yes, I suffer from depression, um, but I'm managing it through therapy, through self care. Um, Although there's been challenges, right? I am a woman of God, but a lot of people believe, oh, well, if you believe in Jesus and God loves you, why do you go through therapy or things of that sort, or where is your faith? Now, God promises in all things to be with us, but that doesn't mean that He won't also give us the tools to help take care of ourselves, because we all go through things, as I've learned, to help other people get through, because we were created as one people. Um, so I look at my journey of managing my mental health, right? I tell people all the time, like, um, I'm holy, but I'm hood too, right? Because I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm human, right? There's times where, dealing with the real world, people will take you to another level where I thank the Lord for Jesus, because I always say Jesus saves lives. Because I used to be a very reactive person years ago. Now I have this peace that, when people say things that normally would have gotten me riled up, I know how to walk away or just shut it off. But getting to this place in my life now with therapy and being able to have a conversation with someone who is objective, who doesn't know me in my personal life. Um, they only know of what I tell them, right? And through therapy, I was able to recognize what my triggers were. And when I recognize that I'm in a situation that may trigger me, I escape. I plan that escape because I don't want to give a person or a situation that kind of control over me when I know the proper way to deal with it now, opposed to years ago when I didn't know how to deal with it. So the nature of this YouTube channel, and it is my hope, like I said, as an act of obedience, because God has been on me, and we overcome by our testimonies and by the word of what we've been through, right? And I've just been holding on. I started a podcast, I talk to people all the time. And when God said start a YouTube channel, I'm like, no, me? For what? But I realized that even more, I'm not here just for me. It's someone who is battling mental health, and they need to know that there are ways to cope. And there are people who travel the same paths, experience some of the same things, but just overall that there is a place to feel safe. Because there should not be a stigma with mental health because everyone experiences mental health in some way, shape, or form. We can say we don't, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I talk about mine because for years I didn't address it. And it's like the keeping the water on in the tub, right? You keep it on, it may drain slowly, but it'll overflow. So that's what my mental health was years ago. I just let things just build up and build up and build up until it was explosive. And I had to really step outside of myself and really ask God to show me a better way. So I know that if I was searching and seeking, there are others who are searching and seeking. And having those intimate conversations with God is the reason why He wanted me to start this channel as an act of obedience, because how can how can I help people if I don't open my mouth? And how can we help heal the world if people don't know that there's others in the world that look like them, that have some of the same challenges and things of that sort? And mental health is just as important as physical health, if not most important, because your mental health, everything starts in your mental. You have people who, they go to the gym, but they don't talk, right? They don't express themselves. Um, and that's not good. You have people who gossip. Gossip is not therapy. Gossip is, let me choose my words carefully. Um, Gossip is toxic because it's not communicating in a way to affect change. It's communicating in a way to either degrade someone or something, um, and to judge. Is not in a way to build someone up. So, yeah, gossip is not therapy. And I highly recommend you just don't gossip because it's not good. But it is my hope with this channel to touch someone. If it's just one person, I did what God wanted me to do. Um, but in this journey, as I've always on all my platforms, I've always said that I want to be very transparent, because how can how can I be a better person if I'm not transparent in the things that are going on in my life? As God allows me to reveal things, I will. But most importantly is just learning how to continue to cope and manage my mental health, make myself available for other people in real time to help them manage their mental health as well, and make the world a better place, because I realize that in having therapeutic dialogue with, maybe a clinician or someone who you don't know, who has an objective point of view, can be can be a really great change and a step in the right direction. Um, because I used to be that person who only talked to the people in my circle, but if you're continuing to talk to the people in your circle and things aren't changing, your circle may need to change, or you just may need to step away from those people if the people you surround yourself with aren't helping, but more so hindering. Um, but again, um, I just pray and I hope that in this journey of me being obedient to God, and it's just not being obedient to God, but doing it from my heart, because in anything you have to have the right heart posture, right? You can think a thing, but if your heart isn't in it and your heart isn't right, and you do it with the wrong agenda or hidden agendas, things don't pan out right. So I just want to use this opportunity and help people. Because if I could save someone from the 20 years of darkness I lived in, from past trauma, childhood trauma. I carried my trauma from the age of 11 to 31. It's a long time to deal with something. And I'm still dealing with it. I'm still every day. But I thank God that I'm not doing it by myself, and I have a peace that in those 20 years I didn't have. And as this channel continues, I will share parts of those journeys and things that I experienced. But on the lighter side, check your mental health every day. Just like you get up and you brush your teeth, you get up and you greet your family. I hope when you get up, before you even get up, the first thing you do is you thank God for your feet touch the floor before you even think about anything else, because that's the greatest gift that you can ever have, is opening your eyes. That's a blessing, because it's my philosophy that if you wake up to see another day, your purpose is still yet to be fulfilled. So be grateful. Being grateful also is a great trait and characteristic for positive and good mental health. So be grateful, love yourself. Self care is so important. I didn't know how important self care was until it was too late. But now it's it's a beautiful thing to just get to know yourself in a way that you didn't know that you could know yourself. So open, so intimate, so honest. Um, but if I could share anything in my beginning, is write out what it is. Write out at least 5 things and give yourself a time frame, right? Make it a goal, whether it's short term or long term. 5 things that you want to see changed in your life over this set time. And every day, multiple times a day, every other day, every week, depending on your goal, your time frame for these goals, write it out. Write the progress that you're making. Because in the journey to mental health, when you look back on just the small changes, you'd be surprised just how much you can accomplish when you start focusing on what's important to you. I used to be a person who was so angry. Um, People would always say, if looks could kill, it'd be a lot of dead people. And because I wasn't in the right mindset then, that kind of made me, feel like, okay, well then good. Because I didn't want people looking at me. Um, I was always told I was so unapproachable, because I wore this face of anger, like, um, I wanted to hurt people because inside I was hurting. So, of course, the way that you feel inside will overflow on the outside, right? Unconsciously, right? So, I that's why I say journaling is important, because in writing those things down, it made me aware of what areas I needed to work on, right? How do I want people to remember me? And that's why mental health became so important. But not only that, from a young age, I'm talking 8 years old, right? Watching my mom battle mental illness and having to take care of her and my younger sister and brother. So I was exposed to mental health and mental illness early. And I always thought in my mind, seeing the way that my mom would just not be herself, I always said, I'm not going to be like that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, suffering from depression, oh, that's nothing. I don't have to go to a mental health hospital, or I don't have to have someone taking care of me. So, in light of that, it became something that you know, I just hid, because I'm just like, well, everybody goes through it. But again, my point in the beginning, everybody goes through it, but what are you doing as an individual to make your situation different? So it's one thing to know you have a problem, and it's another thing to actually put the work into bringing a solution to the problem. So that in doing that, now you're a change maker helping other people, right? So, like I say, mental health is very important. And especially if you're a parent like me, my son is 23, but we have open dialogue about how important mental health is because of my exposure, a few other people in my family, with their issues that I would not disclose because that is not, um, that's not for me to do. This channel is about me exposing my mental health and how I combat and how I can help others combat their positive mental health, right? But it's important. When I look at the climate of the world and all these mass murders and just some of the vile things that are happening, mental health is a very big issue. But being a woman of God, the Bible has already given me a preview, right, of what is to come in this world. So, having said that, and reading it in the Bible, um, that's a lot to deal with just on the surface. So I'm thinking like, if I didn't have God to be able to deal with the stuff that is going on out here in my family, outside of my family, around me in my community, I don't know what I would do. I don't. It's a lot of people that are checking out every day because they're not putting their mental health in check. And it's sad. So it is my obligation to get on this channel as God prompts me to share my story so that we can all heal together, continue to heal together. Because as a prophet of God, it is my duty to do his work. And to do his work, I must have a mind of peace and help lead others to peace. So I pray that if you've watched this video this far, God bless you. I will keep everyone in my prayers, as I always do, whether I know you or don't know you, because as an intercessor is my job. And I love it because the work that I do for God is the best job that I've ever had. And there's no amount of money that would make me want to do my job anymore or any better. It's just because I'm serving him, it makes it all better. And because I know that it is tied to my mental health, is why I strive to do it. So I had to repent because God told me to do this channel. We are in November. He told me to do this channel in beginning, mid of the year. And because I was in my own mind thinking, well, I gotta wait till this, or I should do this, or this and this and that and that and this and this, instead of walking in obedience, because he said, do what I told you to do, and I'll do the rest. And that's walking in obedience, and I have the peace about it. So I pray that this video has been a blessing to whoever is watching. Yeah, so I look forward to uploading more videos and just allowing God to use me and speak to my lips, speak through my lips like clay, because I am here to do his work, and that's it. Let God be true and everyone else a lie. And that's what I'm sticking to. So I hope that this has been a blessing to you. Stay true to yourself. Seek God in all things. Trust me, in all things. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. We always want to go to other people and excuse me, go to other people to seek guidance, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you seek God first, he'll give you the direction of who to go to or what to do. Because with God, he is a God of order. So be blessed, stay safe, and until I see you all again, stay blessed and highly favored.